We have a constitutional right here in the United States to bear arms. And the reason for that is for self-defense, whether it's defense of our home or defense of our country. And one of the things that you need to do and take the responsibility as a citizen is not only to own a firearm as a responsibility to protect your family and your freedom, but also to train with it, to practice with it, and to be proficient. And what this will do is it'll give you confidence that if you ever face a tough situation, that you will be more able to handle it. Now, many of you know that I just attended a gun school, the South Carolina Gun School, with Michael Lau and Ron Arcega, and we went through a defensive pistol course. Went through it with about 10 other guys. Had a great time. One of the things that's really important is to take people with experience and let them help you to become what you need to be to defend yourself and your family. And you know, a lot of times we may be doing things that we don't even realize we're doing that an instructor can see and help correct you with. And two, it'll inspire you to train and to practice, because it doesn't stop when the course is over. It really just begins, and you need to take those things that you learn and you need to practice. Now, many of you will never attend any kind of gun school, but I do want to encourage you to do so because it's really valuable. But what we're going to do today is we're just going to look at some drawing techniques, some things that you need to think about, need to learn. Many of these are just basic, and some of you guys that have been around, you already know these. But you definitely need to continue to practice these to build your confidence, but also to do so safely. Because it's not only yourself that you're protecting, but you should also have in mind innocent bystanders that may be around you. In fact, I was making a video for my Airsoft Suits channel and decided to put this on the regular channel because I really think this message is very important for people to get a hold of. So whether you're using an Airsoft, a .22, or your self-defense firearm, it's very important to train. Now this takes a lot of training to get this down. In fact, it's something I just went to a class recently that really reinforced a lot of this with me. I just want to share it with you. This is not a substitute for going to classes. In fact, there's nothing better than being with a group of peers. You're shooting, you're working together, you really learn a lot. But for those of you who just will never, at least you have something to start working with. Safety is number one. Not only your safety, but innocent bystanders. So one of the reasons why you move around 360, you need to have that pistol down so you don't shoot innocent bystanders. You keep that finger out of the trigger so you don't accidentally shoot. It doesn't take just a blink of an eye to pull that finger back into your trigger housing, right? Perfectly ready to fire. First thing is important is stance. If you're standing like this, you can be knocked easily. What you want to do is feet shoulder width apart. If you're right-handed, bring your left foot forward. Or if you're right-handed, bring your right foot back. And what that does is gives you a good, solid platform. Once you have your stance ready, we need to pay attention to where the non-shooting hand goes. And it goes on your chest. And the reason for that is because when a weapon is drawn, you have a loose hand out here doing who knows what. You want to make sure that that does not come in the line of fire. So the first thing you need to do is to tuck that thing away onto your chest. Now, of course, you may be in a situation where you may be fighting someone or doing something. That's a whole nother matter. But you want to get that hand away. So what you want to do is learn how to draw, putting your hand to your chest, and in doing so, you have a grip on your pistol. Now, the grip on your pistol needs to be in the exact way that you're going to fire the weapon. So you want to have your firing grip on the pistol. As you can see, I have my firing grip on the pistol. You do not want to pull it out like this and then have to adjust. You want it to be ready to go when you grab that pistol. So practice and train with getting a firing grip on the pistol. The other thing you want to do is when you grab it, you want to keep your finger out of the trigger guard. Get your finger out of the trigger guard. In fact, it's even more importantly than not just keeping it out to bring it up as high as you can. Keep that in mind. Keep that finger very conscious of where this finger is at all times. So as we reach for the pistol, have our finger off of the trigger as we're bringing it up, and bring it up to your breast. This hand on your chest, and then we move forward. So the first thing we do is either step back, reach for your pistol, getting a firing grip on your pistol, hand to your chest, pulling it up to here, and then joining hands together and pushing out. And then once you push out, your sight should be aligned. So one more time, get our stance ready. Back, hand on chest, firing grip, finger out of the trigger guard, raise it up right here, pull it together, push it, and then fire. Finger back out of the trigger guard once your assailant is neutralized, and bring it down to about waist height. And just look. Then bring it in, and you want to point it toward the ground, but not toward your body. Finger out of the trigger guard and do a pan around. Really want to get a 360 view of everything that's around you. Now the reason why you want to do that is because typically when you're attacked, it's by more than one person. Usually it's in 2 or 3s, so you want to make sure you don't get blindsided. Once you have looked around and you feel that everything is safe, reholster the weapon without looking at your holster. Now really the first thing you need to be doing though is when an assailant is approaching you, when they're getting too close, you need to say, stop. Now the reason why you say stop is because you want not only for that attacker to know that you're serious, but also if there are people around, they'll be able to watch and look and be a witness for you. So stop. Then what you do is you go to reach for your pistol, move, draw up, finger out of the trigger guard, pushing forward, and then ba-doom. Down, in, around. Reholster. Keeping that finger out of the trigger guard.
On my command, fight! Stop! Okay, there you go. Good job, good job. And
stop. 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 Now, after you've practiced this a number of times, then you'll be able to take your firearm and actually do some live firing. But it's very important that you do this dry run. Go through the motions, get those motions down. Pull your gun up to here. Bring it up and out. Trigger not engaged until you are on target. And then boom. However many shots you need to take, bring the weapon down, bring it in, and then begin to pan around. Then reholster the weapon without looking at your holster. And many of you carry guns concealed, you have your concealed carry permit, or even if you don't, you may have one in your car, you may have one as you're traveling. You need to be able to confidently handle that firearm in a tough situation. But also, you need to handle it very safely. Listen, you have a responsibility to learn these skills because you never know when it may mean the difference between life and death. And as always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more fun gun reviews and sensible survival. God bless America. Long live the Republic.
fight!
For your weapon is not only the I just can't get it, man. I can't get it.